TDS is not a thing.
Hello, and welcome back to the Next to Last Word.
Has it occurred to anyone that he might be taking that war a little too lightly? I mean, we people have been saying, take the keys away from Grandpa for a while now, before this war even started. And obviously, the sycophants did not listen. There aren't any grown-ups around him. So now they didn't take the keys away from Grandpa, and he's had an accident, also known as a war with Iran. They didn't fill the oil reserves, and it's all coming down. But it's clear that he didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. And hindsight is always 20/20, but I'm not the one who is planning a war, right? Like, he or the people around him should have understood this. Just like the average person did not know about the Strait of Hormuz or its importance, but we found out really quick, right? They should have known that was going to be a problem. They didn't have a plan. It's better to have an exit strategy and not need it than need an exit strategy and not have it. And now his cabinet, they're not responsible or even remotely intelligent people. The complete lack of a plan was obviously a problem, but they're also treating it like it's a video game. They're like releasing propaganda footage where they're splicing in scenes from video games. Of course, it could go back to the fact that Trump is on, Alzheimer meds or meds for his dementia. We know he's sick, right? But because they won't tell us, you're left to speculate. And that's like the cultist game. That's the game they play, where they speculate what Trump really meant when he said this or that. But they could at least pretend to care. They could pretend to care about the soldiers. They could pretend to care about American citizens, because when Trump was asked if this war was going to mean a greater chance of terrorist attacks on American soil, he said, I guess. Really? Really? That's your answer? I guess? This is not normal behavior. This is what I keep having to say over and over again, and it's unfortunate that no one listens to me. The press, they'll ask some good questions occasionally, but they don't follow up. It's like they're not allowed. I get that. He's kind of put the fear into all of them. They think they're going to be fired or their station is going to lose its license, that sort of thing, because he's already been suing like crazy. Interesting, he hasn't sued anyone over the Epstein files, has he? And there have been a lot of people speculating about that. Why do you think that is? Well, he doesn't want it to go to trial because then there's going to be a deposition and it's all going to come out. So talk about the Epstein files all you want, folks. I don't think it really registers with him, though. I don't think any of it completely sinks in. I think it could be the result of prescription meds. But again, it's so hard to tell with him because he was so low functioning to begin with. Clearly, he's saying stupid and ridiculous things, but that's not really any different than what he was doing before. He's just slurring his words more and gets lost in the middle of a sentence, forgets where he is, that sort of thing. He lied about conversations he had with an ex-president. Supposedly, he said that he had talked to one of the ex-presidents on the phone, and that president said that he wished he had gone into Iran when he was president. Well, that turned out to be a lie. All of the living ex-presidents issued a statement saying they did not speak to Trump. So maybe Trump was having a seance, speaking to one of the ex-presidents from beyond the grave. None of the living presidents are certainly owning up to ever saying that. So they lied about the negotiations, and they lifted the oil sanctions on Iran too. So they can now sell their oil. How is that helping the war effort? I mean, it's mind-bogglingly stupid. Was that part of the plan? Because they're going to insist that they had a plan, which clearly they didn't, because they've changed course so many times. They can't even agree on why we went to war, but we don't know exactly why. We just know that it wasn't what we were told. What a crazy way to go through life right now. And this is not how it should work. And it's unfortunate that there's so many brainwashed people that still follow Trump like they're a lost puppy dog. Joe Kent resigned from the counterterrorism. Yeah, he was in an interview saying that the Iranians were never close to having a nuke. They weren't even close to having a nuclear weapon back when we bombed them in June. He said they had actually made it against their religion, or they somehow, one of their leaders told them that it was against their religion to try to obtain nuclear weapons. I think Kent resigned because he didn't want to be the fall guy when a terrorist attack happens on U.S. soil. It's on them. It's completely on them because they started this war without a plan, and they should have expected an increased chance of terrorist attacks. I also think they should, instead of ICE going to the airports, they should be the first boots on the ground over there by the Strait of Hormuz. Scott Besson, he's a complete idiot. He said that by lifting oil sanctions on Iran, that was jujitsu. We're jujitsuing them. Like, what the hell does that mean? Shut up. Go away. Go walk out in front of a bus. What is wrong with that guy? Lindsey Graham, too. And I've been doing shorts about it. Lindsey Graham. What the hell happened to that guy? He used to hate Trump. I'm honestly just guessing, but he's been marinating in the alcohol. And now he's broken. He is completely broken. He's a shell of a human being. I feel like that goes double for Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth actually said in one of his pressers that the problem is the media has, get this, the TDS in their DNA. Wow. Wow, it's hard to unpack that kind of stupidness. TDS is not a thing. And I keep saying this, use it because the stupid Trumpers are going to try to use it against you. It's been made up by the cultist worshipers of Trump. When they don't have anything intelligent to say, they pull out the TDS. Like, you can say, oh, well, they kicked millions of people off of healthcare and the SNAP benefits so that they could give benefits to the billionaires. Sounds like someone's got TDS. Yeah. You know what TDS stands for? Trump's dementia is serious. That's what it stands for. It's ridiculous. The fact that they come up with little slogans like that, they're not serious people. But the problem is they're in serious positions in government. They're seriously dragging us down a rabbit hole with this stupid war. And on that happy thought, like, comment, subscribe. Come on, if you're still here, give me a like at least. And hey, take care because it is crazy out there.